Blackheads usually begin when pores become clogged with excess oil and dead skin cells, so prevention works best when skincare stays gentle, regular, and simple rather than harsh, aggressive, or constantly changing. Wash acne-prone skin no more than twice a day, and also after heavy sweating, using a mild cleanser and lukewarm water, because frequent washing, rough scrubbing, and very hot or very cold water can irritate the skin and make acne seem worse. Do not try to squeeze, scrape, or clean out blackheads at home, because that can worsen inflammation and may increase the risk of lasting marks or scarring. Choose oil-free or non-comedogenic skincare, sunscreen, and makeup when possible. Remove makeup before bed and keep oily hair products away from the face. Over-the-counter ingredients such as salicylic acid, adapalene, and benzoyl peroxide can help unclog pores or support acne control, but they can cause dryness or irritation at first, so it makes sense to start slowly and use a light moisturizer if needed. Improvement usually takes several weeks rather than happening overnight, and if acne becomes painful, widespread, scar-forming, or does not improve after a reasonable trial of self-care, it is sensible to see a dermatologist. And now, with that practical advice placed neatly at the front like a clean towel folded on a bathroom shelf, let the rest of the evening belong to laughter, because in a modest retirement town in the American Midwest, where every porch had a chair, and every chair had hosted at least one highly confident opinion about weather, there lived a 79-year-old widow named Patricia May Garrison, who had reached the age where she no longer confused absurdity with novelty. In Patricia May's opinion, absurdity was not new at all. It was simply local tradition, wearing a fresh cardigan. Patricia May lived in a one-story white house with green shutters, a porch swing that creaked exactly once on the left side, and a narrow concrete path leading to the mailbox, which stood beneath a maple tree and leaned slightly east as if trying to hear neighborhood gossip more clearly. Her late husband, Leonard, had been practical in all the ways that kept a household honest and ridiculous in just enough ways to keep a marriage alive. He paid bills early, sharpened kitchen knives correctly, kept extension cords coiled like a military man, and yet he also possessed a dramatic loyalty to objects no sensible person would have defended in daylight. His greatest triumph in this category had been a ceramic raccoon holding a lantern. Leonard found it at a church bazaar 15 years earlier, after what he described as a straightforward purchase, and what 3 witnesses later described as an entirely unnecessary bidding incident involving rhubarb jam. He brought the raccoon home wrapped in a picnic blanket, set it beside the mailbox, stepped back with his hands on his hips, and announced that every respectable household required one visible employee dedicated to porch security, nighttime morale, and seasonal dignity. Patricia May had laughed so hard she had to sit on the porch step. The raccoon stayed. It stayed through rainstorms, grandchildren, repainting, one cracked bird bath, and the long, quiet years after Leonard died, when the house became tidier but somehow less convincing. She never moved it. She dusted it. She straightened the lantern after wind. She once told the package man not to lean a box against it because Mr. Wilfred is not a shelf. Her 2 closest friends were Shirley Ann Cooper, age 74, retired insurance clerk, owner of a peony-patterned handbag and the emotional speed of a newsroom, and Norris Bell, age 82, former feed store manager, amateur crossword tyrant, and a man who trusted cast iron, pie crust, and his own instincts more than he trusted smart appliances, online reviews, or anyone who used the phrase elevate the experience outside of an actual elevator. Every Tuesday morning, the 3 met at Maple Spoon Cafe, where the coffee was strong enough to reform a weak opinion, the toast came too hot, and the waitress, Donna Lee, called everyone's sweetheart in a tone that suggested both hospitality and low-level law enforcement. One Tuesday in late September, Patricia May arrived 14 minutes late carrying a stack of index cards and the expression of a woman whose morning had gone badly enough to require witness statements. Shirley Ann lowered her toast before biting it. Norris set down his mug without taking the sip he had clearly earned. Donna Lee stopped with the coffee pot suspended midair. "That face," Shirley Ann said, narrowing her eyes, "means either the church ladies have invented another event with bunting, or somebody has involved your property in public nonsense." Patricia May sat down carefully, placed the cards on the table, and said, "Someone has made my raccoon the official face of neighborhood readiness." Norris blinked once. Shirley Ann blinked twice. Donna Lee slowly set the pot down. "You're what?" Patricia May handed over a glossy flyer. Across the top, in bright patriotic blue letters with a border of tiny flashlights, were the words, "Safety Saturday Community Prep Fair." Beneath a list of blood pressure screenings, smoke detector demonstrations, storm kit tips, and a workshop called Prepare Without Panic, sat a photo of her ceramic raccoon holding its lantern. Below the photo was the caption, "Meet Wilfred, our symbol of readiness, watchfulness, and calm preparation." Shirley Ann inhaled so sharply she almost whistled. Norris took off his glasses, polished them, put them back on, and read the caption again like a man checking whether the English language had perhaps failed all of them at once. "Symbol of readiness," he said. "He is 9 inches tall and made of ceramic." Patricia May nodded. "Exactly. And his real job title, insofar as he has one, is decorative nonsense." Younger people might think this was a manageable misunderstanding. Younger people do not understand retired communities. In Pine Creek Commons, no event remained small. A potluck became a committee. A committee became a jurisdictional issue. A jurisdictional issue became at least 3 women with matching folders and a man named Gary trying to moderate something he did not understand. So by the time breakfast arrived, half the cafe knew that Patricia May Garrison's decorative raccoon had somehow become an emergency preparedness mascot. A man at the counter said he had always found the raccoon quietly competent. A woman near the pastry case declared the civic outreach team a threat to ordinary life. Donna Lee brought extra bacon for resilience. Shirley Ann flipped over the paper placemat and wrote "Raccoon Civil Defense" across the back in large block letters. "We're investigating," she announced. Patricia May sighed. "We're eating breakfast." "Both can happen," Norris said, which was exactly the kind of sentence older people use when they have already accepted meddling as moral labor. By 10:30, the 3 of them were standing in Patricia May's yard beside the mailbox. The little patch of gravel where Mr. Wilfred usually stood beneath the maple tree, lantern forward, face fixed in permanent false wisdom, was empty, not tilted, not chipped, empty. Patricia May stopped cold. "No," she said. Shirley Ann turned. "What?" Patricia May pointed. Norris bent, squinted, straightened, and let out the slow, dissatisfied breath of a man whose standards had been assaulted before noon. "Well," he said, "that improves the seriousness." Shirley Ann found a strip of reflective silver tape snagged on the hedge. Norris found 2 thin wheel tracks near the curb. Patricia May stood with one hand on her hip, looking at the blank patch where Leonard's ridiculous raccoon had stood for years, and said, "They have abducted a memorial scavenger for municipal messaging." Shirley Ann wrote it down immediately. By noon, the whole neighborhood knew. At the mailbox cluster, Mrs. Donnelly asked whether the fair would still proceed without the readiness raccoon. At the pharmacy, a cashier said her uncle had planned to attend specifically because the raccoon made the whole event feel less apocalyptic. At chair yoga, two women paused mid-stretch to ask whether the mascot would still appear for photographs. Even Raoul, the groundskeeper, who had wisely built a professional life around staying out of resident folklore, shook his head and said, "The raccoon? That's too much." Patricia May's daughter called from Minneapolis, laughing so hard she had to begin twice. "Mom," she said, "why is Dad's porch raccoon in Homeland Security?" "Because this town is one lanyard away from legal confusion," Patricia May replied. "Are you upset?" "I am offended on principle and interested in names." The first useful clue came from the copy shop. The woman at the counter lowered her voice and said, "I probably shouldn't mention this, but I saw Brenda Miller and Kathy Joe from Civic Outreach yesterday buying poster foam, reflective stickers, and a packet of little neon safety vests. They showed me a picture of a raccoon and asked if orange worked better than yellow for trust. That was enough." Brenda Miller chaired Civic Outreach and believed every event needed a theme, a mascot, and a slogan. Kathy Joe handled decor and once put battery candles in the restroom during a harvest brunch because she said the space deserved narrative. Together, they were exactly the type of women who would borrow a porch raccoon in the name of public awareness and call themselves visionary. So 1:30, Patricia May, Shirley Ann, and Norris were at the community hall. The parking lot already held folding tables, water jugs, a stack of free tote bags, and a suspicious number of signs containing exclamation points. Inside, the hall had been transformed into the kind of emergency preparedness atmosphere only retirees and a surplus craft budget could create. There were display stations, flashlights arranged in baskets, weather radios on a demonstration table, and out of the room beside a banner reading "Ready Together" stood Mr. Wilfred. He had been cleaned, his lantern had been polished, and to Patricia May's absolute horror, someone had draped a tiny fluorescent safety vest over his ceramic shoulders. Patricia May stopped so abruptly, Shirley Ann nearly walked into her. "Now they've credentialed him," she said. Norris folded his arms. "This is how standards die." Brenda Miller turned and smiled with the brittle brightness of a woman who knew she had crossed a line, but still believed the display looked excellent. "Patricia," she said, "I was just about to call you." "Then let us save one another the trouble," Patricia May replied. "Why is my late husband's raccoon wearing preparedness apparel?" Kathy Joe appeared from behind a table of brochures and looked guilty enough to power a small county. Several volunteers nearby, previously pretending to arrange hand sanitizer packets, became suddenly and perfectly still. This is one of the great hidden talents of retired people. They can stop moving without ever admitting they are listening. Brenda spread her hands. "Now, before you misunderstand, no," Patricia May said. "I understand entirely. You took private property from my yard, dressed it, and assigned it symbolic civic responsibility." Shirley Ann opened her notebook. Norris made a low, approving sound. Brenda tried the standard excuse. "We only borrowed him." Borrowed contains asking. "We meant to ask." "You did not. We thought you'd be pleased." "By unauthorized raccoon governance?" Kathy Joe tried a softer route.